I hope things are working out well for you on your end. Here's how things are looking for me. So this is the high resolution wireframe. And then, of course, we just finished creating the medium resolution wireframe, which has come together quite quickly and looks really decent, looks really good. Nice foundation there. And of course, what we want to do now is we want to start building the low resolution wireframe layout. So that's the task that we have ahead of ourselves and what we're going to be doing, trying to accomplish anyway, in the upcoming exercises. But I really don't think it's going to take a massive amount of time. So I hope you're excited to dig into it here and create the third and final wireframe layout here with me. So give me a moment here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to the external style sheet. I want to get things set up for the low resolution media query. So give me a moment. I'm just going to get rid of any extra white space that we have in here inside the external style sheet. If you recall earlier, I gave myself lots and lots of extra space to work in here. And let's see, speaking of giving ourselves a lot of room to work with, I'm going to look for the medium resolution media query up towards the top of the code. And I'm just going to click just above him. And then I'm just going to hit enter a whole bunch of times to give myself lots and lots of space here. So we're no longer concerned with the medium resolution wireframe or the high resolution wireframe. It is, of course, the low resolution wireframe that we want to focus in on. All right. So once again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break things apart here a little bit. I'm going to drop my cursor just in front of that redefined paragraph that you and I created way back when. And I'm just going to hit enter a couple of times. And then once again, what I'll do is I'll drop my cursor just in front of the closing squiggly bracket, the closing curvy bracket for the media query itself, and I'll hit enter a whole bunch of times. And again, I have to stress here, this white space, I'm just throwing in for, I guess, for educational purposes or for demonstrative purposes. In the real world, we wouldn't obviously have all this extra white space. All right, now to get things going here for us, I'm going to go and change the color on my paragraph, as we've done a few times already. I'm going to stick with my RGB color values, and I'm going to use black, of course. So I'm going to go 0, 0, 0 for this guy. Perfect. All right. Now, you're more than welcome to go and save your work and go and refresh your browser if you want. I'm going to continue on, though. I want to go and create the next rule to set up the foundation for our low-resolution wireframe, and that, of course, is going to be body. So body, and then throw in your curvy brackets there, your squiggly brackets. And as we've done a number of times already, I'm going to go and throw in my background color for this guy, which is going to be a very, very light gray, so RGB. And then I'm going to use 244, 244, 244. Perfect, just like that. And then last but not least, what I want to do is I want to go and throw in the master ID selector. So once again, the entire layout, it doesn't really matter which device is being used. The device that's being used is going to read the same raw HTML code. So the HTML isn't going to change. And of course, the way that we structured the HTML is that the entire layout is enclosed inside a master div, and that div is under the control of this master ID selector. So #sign master, and then inside our curly brackets there, we'll go and set this guy up. Now, what I want to do for the low resolution, just like we saw with the medium resolution, is I want to have a scaling layout. So the high resolution is going to be a fixed layout at the 960 pixels. And then the medium resolution, and also here with the low resolution, I want to have that layout scale. Now, why do I want to have the layout scale? Well, again, because I'm really not sure exactly which resolution the device is going to be using. I can take a good guess, but I'm not 100% sure. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say width and then 95%, like so. And then, let's see, I want this guy to center, as we've done several times already, so you should know this by now. We're going to go margin and then full colon space and then 0 and then auto, like so. And let's see, I'm going to throw a background color onto this guy. Background, full colon space. I want a white background on this guy. So I'm going to go 255, 255, 255 for my RGB color values. And then let's throw the border onto this guy as well to make him consistent with all of our other wireframe layouts. So I'm going to go border, full colon space, and then 1 pixel solid. And then we're going to use black for our RGB color values. So 0, 0, 0, finishing off with that closing semicolon. So there we go. There's the foundation for the low resolution wireframe structure that we're building here. Go ahead and save up your work and head back to your browser. Give me a sec. I'm just going to hide everything else and refresh. And there we go. This is how things are starting to shape up here for us for the low resolution wireframe layout. And of course, it's always a little bit of fun to start scaling these guys out and seeing the various media queries kick in. All right, so there's the foundation for the low resolution structure. Of course, what I want to do now, I take again sort of a systematic approach myself. I start from the top and I start working my way down. So next, let's go and insert the header for the low resolution wireframe.